Hey everybody, welcome back to Dad's A to Z. We're just two guys that think they know everything, and we do because we say so and we deserve it.
That was a good one. We left off the past episode talking about the participation trophies and how, in a nutshell, how's that shaping our kids into functional adults later. And I think it's a pretty important part to talk about. I don't think we either of us are there yet because like our kids are still not adults and not definitely not functioning adults.
If you ask them,
So I just as I said in a previous episode, I work with some kids that are in their early 20s, and I'm kind of seeing like a mirror into the future for my kid, and I'm wondering what can I do not to have those kind of kids. And we ended up with talking about how the participation trophies lead into the entitlement, and I gotta admit, I would like to think, and you brought a good point that it's not just the participation trophies; it's a lot of other things that we are teaching our kids. That wasn't my really point of view, but kind of opened my eyes a little bit. How providing everything for our kids makes them feel entitled to get whatever, and I think the participation trophies and like installing that culture into them from their early development age is probably one of the biggest um, issues, but also parenting styles are part of the biggest issues. Like kids just expect stuff to
I
happen.
think you can get more into the minutia of uh, you, of me. I know, well, I'm realizing, I won't say no, because no means that I was aware of it. I'm becoming aware of the example that I set that I think is probably facilitating the idea of entitlement. So, what do I mean? Um, when I was trying to get sober, my first plan was to build a PC. I wanted to, get a nice one, and the idea was to take my time and, you know, build it, make sure I had the right parts, and well, I'm impatient, and I'm blessed enough at this point in my life where I could just get it done. So I got the parts and I put it together, and it's done already. That's where I'm editing these videos. Um, it's the idea of I grew up where you would ask for things, that you wanted as a kid, and you were very happy when you got them, but a lot of times I got told no. It's too expensive or whatever the reasons my parents had. Well, now these toys I can have. I'm a fish tank guy. I've discovered, and I went and my wife is missing not having the fish, so I got a fish tank. I have the gravel and rock, and now I'm cycling the tank, getting it ready.
And you gotta get it because you spent $2,000 on a computer.
Probably wasn't $2,000. I mean, maybe once you add everything on, but I mean, this is a perfect example here. We talked about doing this channel, and what did I do? I mean, you did it too.
Yeah.
We're like, you know what? This is a good idea. Well, how do we make it happen? Well, we gotta have lights, gotta have a camera, gotta have to do this, that. So, what are our kids seeing? So, participation trophies, programming of movies or television geared towards younger kids, especially, and a lot, especially reality television. What do they show? They either
You
show
do nothing.
they show people that have everything just acting the fool, in my opinion, or they'll do the other side where they show somebody in a really tough, whether it's they're poor or they have eating issues, whatever it is, and trying and bettering themselves. And then they're seeing these people. My wife used to watch a show where they were like teenagers. I think it was called Teen Mom or something like that. But now they have the Jersey Shore people. All right, these people have everything now, and this is what we're consuming. We're showing that example. Media is showing that example. We're giving everybody a hey, good job for showing up today. How do we fix it if we're part of the problem?
Well, I would like to think that I'm not part of the problem, but now you make me feel bad, so that's fine. Thanks for
That's what I'm here for.
Thanks for
Make you
adding.
feel miserable.
Thanks for adding additional layer of anxiety to my parenting skills. Like that was appreciated. Um, I think it's you can't fix anything overnight, and you can't fix other kids. You can't fix other parents. There's a lot of terrible parents out there, and they're not really present in their kids' lives, and they're letting schools handle their child raising. And what we can do is just talk to your kids.
Schools aren't doing that either, by the way.
Well, you can talk to your kids until you blue in their face and hope for the best. I know I will try to instill that work ethics into my daughter, regardless of what the environment is, and try to explain to her. She might be hurt first few times, and I'm sure she will be, but I feel like the benefits of it would be better moving on. And I don't know, I grew up in like a normal no participation trophy, no entitlement kind of childhood. Like, and I didn't have a lot, didn't have had I thought I had everything I wanted, but now I see I had. When you grow up and you realize that when you're an adult and you realize that you're growing up poor, but you didn't realize you were poor,
Right.
because you had enough, or you thought you had enough. So I feel like I need to get that into my daughter's understanding. She's 5, so I'm still good on that and having. But like it's important now to help them understand that not everything comes when you want it.
All right. You know my kids, they were brought up that way.
Yeah.
They're better than most. Do my kids have cell phones now? Yes. Why? Because my wife and I thought it was a good. It's a tool. Our opinion.
Yeah.
It's a tool.
I think it's a good.
They can have it. Do they have or expect the newest ones? No, I don't even have the newest one. But we did everything we could, and they still have that level of entitlement.
Yeah, I don't know your kids as good as you know your kids, right? But they don't seem to me like they are the ones, the kids I'm talking to you about, the ones I work with.
Oh yeah, sure. But I also think there's a sliding scale.
Yeah, but it's also, like they're still in a process of becoming that functional adult, and they're still in a process of learning. Like,
And the people working for you are
adults.
well, we shouldn't be saying that because they might be watching this. We might be talking down.
No, it's okay. But like we talk about it. I think it's a problem, and I talk to my employees about this as well. And I told you, I tell them, hey, this is what you get paid on Fridays.
How do they react?
I mean, they understand that when you put it in that perspective, that it's not really something that they should be asking for. I do, however, try to reward the positive behaviors and help them understand that certain actions and behaviors have good or bad consequences, and that's how I have to teach them. And I feel like in a corporate world, we get some of these kids in their early 20s that have no idea how to live life. Part of this culture here that was different from my culture is kids leave their parents' house as soon as possible, and they're not equipped to live life. And if you're brought up with expecting everything on a silver platter every time, when you get in a corporate world, you are up for a big surprise, because you're gonna hear no all the time. You're gonna be like, "Well, I work hard. I was here for a month. I want a promotion." A month? Like, check back in 3 years. But there's no. And you said you wanted to build your computer slowly, but it ended up in a minute. That's how they feel in a workplace.
Right.
They feel like, oh, I'm 3 months. Like I should be
running the place.
I should be promoted by now. Well, that's not how it works. You have to learn, understand, to be patient and work hard for it every day, not for 2 months and then stop because you want it. And I think that's something that, and then you can see, I can see that it's very rare, because sometimes I get these kids that, and I have those as well in my in my work group that are young and that have extraordinary work ethics. Extraordinary work ethics. Obviously, their parents did something right. Obviously, because it's and I get excited because I have this 20-year-old that has common sense and work ethics and it's great. It doesn't expect anything beside what they signed up for. And like it's great to be able to reward those kind of people and show them, hey, you did outstanding.
Bad thing is those people don't stay in those type of jobs very long.
No, yeah, that probably not. But it is when I see those two type of kids, I can. The only difference is parents. Like they went to the same schools. They grew up in the same state, in the same city, and went to the same school. And the only thing that was different was parents. And I applaud those parents that had that kind of that they raised those kids that way, because it gives me a little bit of hope for my kids that she might make it. But we just need to teach them that maybe it's okay to feel entitled sometimes. I think it's probably we want to do better than what our parents did for us, and if I'm able to buy my kid toys every time she wants, I would, I enjoy her being happy. And I guess, maybe that's that parenting. But also, what is maybe more important is that there is no instant gratifications. Like it doesn't exist in real life. It doesn't, like, it's not
I'll tell you that it's not just stuck to that age group. In my background, I would have a cook older than me that would get hired and expect after a certain amount of time to automatically get a raise. Now, mind you, in the restaurant, if you've ever worked in any restaurant, professional restaurants, you don't even get paid sometimes. You just go because you want to work for that chef and learn. So you'll peel potatoes for 6 months just to be around it. But you go there, you don't just start being a fry cook and then start getting paid $15 an hour. Start learning. Put forth the effort. Do the things that you're supposed to do as well as you can possibly do it. And these are 30-somethings, 40-somethings, and that's 10 years ago.
Yeah. But maybe the environment is, they're seeing that's what the new environment is, and they are, I don't know, you might be right. It might be not newer generation. It might be just the culture upbringing.
Yeah, I think that's, you're missing the snapshot beyond the 12 years you were here.
Yeah, I obviously do, yeah. And I can't get past it, really. I can't really, I have a trouble getting past it. And
I don't think, personally, I don't think you should, because you wind up backsliding to the expectation. I've talked about coming from New Jersey. I mean, the Northeast is a much more intense kind of in-your-face, mentality. Coming down here, I actually had to apologize to my management team because they're not used to somebody that if the kitchen was going sideways, I was, hey, where's this? Come on, come on, pick it up. Why are you so slow?
You need to be on your tiptoes around people. Yeah. It's the same thing.
So I had to backslide into that behavior. And I think that made my job, in my perspective, more difficult because I did that. If you don't ingest too much of what has been happening, in my opinion, no experts here, we just think we know everything, you're just going to carry your ethic and your idea and not understand that, this is how America's been for a while now, that I can remember, at least since I've been an adult.
That might be a thing. I'm just, I don't get into that. I'm not accepting it really in my workplace. I haven't worked that way in my workplace. I learned to balance a little bit the way that those certain employees are handled and everything, but it's still the same expectation. If you show up for work and you do what your job description is, you'll get a paycheck on Fridays. That's it. There's no more. Right. And you're not going to get more. If you want to get promoted, you're going to have to do more. If you want additional recognition, you're going to have to do more. Not just show up for work.
And unfortunately, that's what it's becoming. Is I was
showed up.
Never late.
Yeah.
Great. You're supposed to be here ready to work on time. I never called out. Well, maybe you should have once in a while because you were sick and you got everybody else sick. therefore give me more money.
I'm the
Give me
greatest.
a-
Yeah.
No,
No, that's not,
because
needs to
you-
be more.
the other person was late yesterday because of something that happened at home, but they run circles around you when they're here.
So I'm just hoping that that I can get my daughter to start thinking that way, that it's okay to work hard for what you want, and it's okay to expect to get it, but you have to work hard for it. It's not enough to be alive and to expect that everything is going to happen. So we'll check in 10 years and see and see how I did in that aspect. But I feel it's a big problem, and we need to probably talk more about it. So why don't you shoot us a message, comment, let us know what you think about entitlement, instant gratification. How is that shaping your workplace, your home? I don't know. Let us know.
And some of you veteran parents that have kids my age or older, what did you do differently? Did something work? Did something not work? Share it with everybody else, your successes and your failures. Tell us what you tried that failed miserably so he doesn't screw it up next year. All right? Thank you guys. Like, subscribe, please. Thank you for your time. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.